Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to this edition of Lunchtime News on MTV Sports. I'm Shahin Jurangpati. Let's first take a look at your headlines. Deputy Speaker says proceedings of the Parliamentary Select Committee probing the impeachment motion against the Chief Justice cannot be revealed to the media. The stock of illegal fishing nets worth over 10 million rupees seized in Hambantota. The death toll from the typhoon in the Philippines rises further. Now for the stories in detail. Government parliamentarians supportive of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution will convene a meeting at the Parliamentary Complex today. Minister Vasudevan Anakkara stated that he too will attend the meeting. Now the meeting will be convened based on an agreement reached among the government parliamentarians who support the 13th Amendment. The meeting, which will begin at 2:30 this afternoon, will discuss ways and means to make the 13th Amendment to the Constitution more meaningful. In other local news, a stock of illegal fishing equipment has been seized by the police in a raid carried out in Hambantota. Our correspondent stated that the raid took place last night. Our correspondent added that Tango's nets valued at over 20 million rupees have been taken into custody. The nets are banned in Sri Lanka. The raid was conducted on the direction of the Ministry of Fisheries. The Department of Examination says that the use of mobile telephones inside examination halls at the upcoming ordinary level examination is completely prohibited except for the invigilator. Examinations Commissioner WMNJ Pushpkumar notes that the privilege afforded to the invigilator to use a cell phone should be restricted to only official calls. The Examinations Commissioner went on to say that action will be taken against those who do not act according to the laid down regulations. Moving on to more local news, the National Transport Commission has decided to operate a special inter-provincial bus service in view of the upcoming school holidays. Chairman of the Commission, Roshan Gunawardena, said that they intend to assign 750 additional buses for this purpose. Now, he said that these buses will be assigned from tomorrow for the convenience of those who participate in various tours during the school holidays. In other local news, of course, Dr. Aravind Gupta, the Director General of the Institute of Defence Studies and Analysis in New Delhi, says that political security and economic uncertainty puts challenges for the conduct of the foreign policy. Now, Dr. Gupta made this comment in an event held last evening.
A lecture titled Trends in Indian Foreign Policy was held at the Lakshman Kabirgam Institute for International Relations and Strategic Studies yesterday. Dr. Aravind Gupta, the Director General of the Institute of Defence Studies and Analysis in New Delhi, was the keynote speaker at the lecture.
The political, security and economic uncertainty puts challenges for the conduct of a foreign policy. Take the case of security, for instance. The security situation in the world remains precarious. Dealing with terrorism while maintaining democratic freedoms will be a major challenge. Pursuing developmental goals in the face of terrorism and insurgencies is a daunting task. Dealing with terrorism and insurgencies requires a multidimensional approach.
Dr. Gupta also said that Asia, Africa and Latin America play a major role in India's economy.
Today, India has a trade of nearly $70 billion with ASEAN, $30 billion with Latin America, and over $50 billion with Africa. These regions today occupy major importance in India's foreign policy.
The event was organized by the Indian High Commission in Colombo and was attended by a group including parliamentarian Eran Vikramaratne and Indian High Commissioner to Sri Lanka, Ashok K. Kanta.
Customs officials at the Katnayake airport has taken into custody a stock of live lobsters that was to be illegally taken out of the country. Our correspondent stated that the detection had been made this morning. The lobsters were found in 8 boxes kept inside the customs storage facility. Our correspondent stated that 503 lobsters weighing up to 144 kilograms with a value of around 400,000 rupees was found in the storage facility. Our correspondent stated that the lobsters were later released into sea. Moving on to more local news, Dr. Palitha Mahipala assumed office today as the new Director General of Health Services. Dr. Mahipala assumed office at the Health Services Director General's office at the Ministry of Health following religious observances. Minister of Health Maithripala Sirisena was also present at the occasion. A 23-foot whale shark was caught in a local fisherman's net in Arachikatwa today.
This whale shark had got entangled in the net cast by fisherman Niroshan Sampath. Sampath stated that he found the whale shark when he was examining his net last night. The fisherman had later brought the shark ashore. We did not know what it was at the time. We brought it ashore using 3 boats. Around 100 people gathered here to see the whale shark. We had to use a tractor to pull the net ashore. Our correspondent stated that the whale shark was 23 feet long and 8 feet wide.
Well, in sports cricket news, day 2 of the third test between India and England is currently underway at the Eden Gardens in Kolkata. India resumed batting in their first innings on an overnight score of 273 runs for 7 wickets. Now, India were eventually bowled out for 316. Star batsman Sachin Tendulkar top scored for the host with 76 runs. Ponti Panesar bagged 4 wickets for 90 runs for England. In reply, England posted 38 runs for no loss in their first innings at Lunch. Alistair Cook was on 23 while Nick Compton was on 15. The 4-match test series is currently level at 1-all.
Outside edge, third man hai.
Moving on to more sports news, the suspended Indian Olympic Association defied the Indian Olympic Committee and went ahead with its controversial election to pick a tainted official, Lalit Bahanot, as its new Secretary General.
Boxing Federation Chief Abhay Singh Chautala, who was elected unopposed as IOA President, said the court order left them with no other option but to conduct the poll. Bahanot spent 11 months in custody last year following corruption charges that plagued the 2012 Commonwealth Games in Delhi and is out on bail. The International Olympic Committee suspended the Indian Olympic Association on Tuesday for allowing government interference in the election and said the body was no longer entitled to conduct the poll. Chautala also added that they would make a committee and will try to explain IOC the position under which they had to go ahead with the elections. The IOA had been directed by a Delhi court to hold the election under a controversial government sports code, while the IOC wanted it to follow its own constitution and the Olympic Charter.
Well, now in football news, Real Madrid forward Cristiano Ronaldo received a 2012 Spanish National Sports Award at the Pardo Palace in Madrid last night.
Every year, Spain's National Sports Council select a number of athletes as the most outstanding sportsmen and women. Queen Sofia of Spain handed over the award to Ronaldo, recognizing the 27-year-old as the most outstanding Ibero-American athlete of the year. Last season, Ronaldo helped Real Madrid claim La Liga by scoring 46 goals. He also scored 10 goals in the Champions League. Spain coach Vicente Del Bosque was given the Olympia Award for his contribution making sports more accessible for disabled people.
And that brings an end to lunchtime news here on MTV Sports. I'm Shanjurang Pati. Goodbye.